Y'all, I am so tired of Chelsea crying. She's been crying since day one. You should have no tears left to cry like Ariana Grande. This relationship was never gonna work because you lied and said you look like Megan Fox when you look like Megan Fox 11 Channel News. I can't believe you said Megan Fox. You look like you set fire to the rain, roll in the deep, and chase pavements. Not no Megan Fox. That's why when he seen her for the first time, it was no chemistry and the body language was off because he thought he was getting Megan Fox and he got Adele, Taco. But Jimmy also can't be picky because he looked like a thumb, so... But that's why Jessica said, when you see me, you're going to choke and you're going to need your EpiPen because you're not going to be able to breathe. And I was in tears because she ate him up. Jessica told him save the pity party, and I'm happy that she did because he was doing nothing but wasting her time. Jimmy told Jessica that he couldn't tell her that he loved her, but he told Chelsea in the next 5 minutes, but you didn't make your decision, you're a liar. The big issue was her having a kid, but I did find it weird that she was trying to hold off that she had a kid. Like, why didn't you want to say that? That's a little weird to me. But it's looking like before he need the EpiPen, he gonna need a gallon of water because the way he was thirsty over AD body was crazy. Jimmy told Chelsea that AD's body was stacked, and I don't know what reverse psychology Chelsea thought she was doing, but it did not work in her favor. Like, imagine saying out loud that your man think that another lady is thick, and then he leave you to go talk to her for majority of the night. And then he's so into the other girl that he don't even notice you behind him. He turning her around and complimenting her body while you standing right there. And AD not innocent either because where's your man Clay? Like, you love this attention, talking about we should do this more. And the eye contact, it was too much. That's why, Chelsea, you should have went with Trevor, but you want to be loved so bad, you went with the first person who proposed to you like a dummy. If a Couch said that he wanted to marry Chelsea, she would have been like, yes, Couch, I do. Jimmy didn't even do half the things that Trevor did for Chelsea, so I was confused on why she picked him. Trevor and Chelsea had matching vibrating bracelets that if you touch it, the other one feels it. Like, why would you pick the other person? And I can bet you if Jimmy was with Jessica, he wouldn't have did nothing that he did with AD that night because she don't play that. Jimmy embarrassed Chelsea all night, and then when she tried to confront him about it, he tried to act like it was nothing, like you know exactly what you did. But Chelsea was very annoying. She kept asking the same questions. Do you like me? Are you happy to be here with me? Like, obviously not. When you asked him what he liked about you, he said your big square teeth like you was SpongeBob SquarePants. She complimented him more than he complimented her. Like, who was the man in the relationship? Another gaslighter is Miss Bean Dip. The way she did Jeremy was so wrong. So a bean dip is when you run up to somebody and slap their boob up and down. And so Laura told Jeremy to do that to AD as a joke. But why would you tell your fiance to go touch somebody else's fiance boob? That makes no sense. And then Megan Training Brawl had the nerve to get mad at Jeremy for saying that he wasn't going to do it and telling Clay that that's what he wanted her to do. She was like, oh my gosh, everybody, it's a joke. It's not a funny one, loser. Nobody found it funny. Even AD was like, that's weird. Like, why would you tell him to do that? And you know what's crazy? Laura feels like Jeremy played too much, but it seems like you play too much, Laura, and nobody likes how you play. But this relationship is giving mother and son. You can tell that he gets on her nerves and she can't stand him. She just be saying weird stuff like, change your shirt. And I'm like, okay, Megan Training Brawl, you sound like his mom. But I also feel like the producers didn't do a good job with their storyline because when it was time for Jeremy to pick between Laura and Sarah, I kind of didn't care because I was disconnected. Now, the couples I am connected to and I'm rooting for are Kenneth and Brittany and Johnny and Amy. I just love them. I feel like they really match each other well. Now, the only thing they really got to figure out is the race situation because it's not something that can be swept under the rug. Y'all families can ruin y'all relationship for real. But other than that, these couples just be kissing and love and out the way, and I love it. Now, Clay was growing on me because I hated him episode 1 and 2, but then he started to get himself together. But then he messed it up when he started talking about her needing to lose weight if she got pregnant. Like, AD must stand for a dummy because there's no way you don't see the red flags in Clay and Matthew. It's no way. You're too beautiful to be dealing with two losers. I know you want love so bad, but these two are trash. Basura. First of all, when he walked out on that girl while she was talking and said nothing, I knew he was going to be a mess. I knew from the first 10 seconds of seeing this man, he was a hell no. And then he treats every link up like it's an interview for Target or Best Buy, talking about, I got 15 questions and I need you to pick a number. Like, what? But then when you're asked to talk about yourself, Matthew, you have nothing to say. And then you got the nerve to be irritated because you out here selling false dreams to AD and Amber. Nobody told you to copy and paste the same message to both of them. Like, who casted this man? Who is this therapist? Because they need to be fired because the therapy isn't working. And then he tried to guilt trip AD when Amber left. Talk about, oh, you heard Amber left. Okay, and what? What does that have to do with me? Like, AD should have knew when she told all the girls the first day that she had a great conversation with Matthew and they were all like, Matthew, that he was not the one. Everybody knew he was a goofy goober. AD compared Matthew to a pistachio and I said exactly, he's a nutcase, a nut. But so is Clay. He belong on one of them narcissist podcasts that all the men be on nowadays. The crazy part is Clay told AD that he got a huge ego and she thinks she Bob the Builder and can fix him. Like, that's not your job. That is a grown man. Why are you trying to fix him? That's the problem now. That's why you can't find love now. And the crazy part is, I really liked him at first. He came in with great energy. I'm like, oh, he about to be a vibe. But he lost me when he was trying to make her sell herself like it was an auction. Like, what? He was like, yeah, the physical aspect is real big to me and I like lips and the big butt. And what's crazy is that AD body is crazy, but I'm not selling myself for you. I'm not a TV. Like, why would you go on a show called Love is Blind, where the love is supposed to be blind, and you not trying to be Stevie Wonder? He talking about that's something I need to know regardless of emotional connection. I said, you're on the wrong show. Go on The Bachelor or The Perfect Match. And AD, you should have knew when he started throwing a temper tantrum when he found out he wasn't the only one. The way Clay started doing laps around that room when he found out Matthew was his competition had me in tears. That ego was so big, it was so inflated like a balloon, he could not believe it. He didn't even know who Matthew was at first. He was like, who was Matthew? Then when he found out, he was so pissed. The way he said he was going to tell her to get in the gym and the tone of his voice was crazy. On top of that, her body is bodying. So what does she need you for? Because she was bodying before she met you. She don't need you if she was to get big. Like, his ego was going to be a big problem. And I don't know why she want to deal with that, but I guess. But as much as he is a red flag, she is one too. She not innocent. And if AD want to keep being a dummy, that's on her. Also, the way that Clay says baby irritates me so much. I don't know what it is, but he be like, yeah, baby. I hate it so much. But I'm not gonna lie, they do look good together. They got good chemistry, and it look like they sex is about to be fire. But this season is so much better than season 5, for real.